Impact segment tonight, as we've been reporting, one part of the secular progressive movement is to destroy tradition, like drug laws, marital laws, things of that nature. In France, the SPs are on a march attacking those who want to keep marriage between a man and a woman. Just in case you didn't get the visual, those are phony nuns, you know, wearing habits, and they were topless, I guess, and that's because there were some people, Catholic people, demonstrating for traditional marriage. So, could those things happen here? In fact, they might have already happened with the Occupy Wall Street movement. Here now, Barack and Hard Place duo, Alan Combs, Monica Crowley. And you say, Monica?
And I say absolutely. In fact, it's not just recent. This stuff has been happening for decades. We saw Bill Ayers, the entire countercultural movement, Occupy Wall Street, Van Jones, Code Pink during the Iraq War. This stuff, this is the left. What you're saying, these are the radicals on the left. This happens all across Western societies, and they've got one objective, Bill, which is disruption. It's all about tearing down and destroying so that they can then turn around and rebuild their far-left Marxist utopias.
Isn't there a difference between an anti-war movement, which is, you know, fairly intense, and gay marriage? I mean, why? This is the people. These are the people right now who. Well, look at the difference. The people who want traditional marriage, Combs, are peaceful, and they have their signs. They're trying to get their point across. And these are the people who disagree. Well, actually, why can't they be peaceful
too? Well, it's not true, because in this demonstration, there was actually physical violence by the anti-gay people against the people who were demonstrating for gay marriage. They were the ones, the anti-gay group, actually physically attacked in that particular demonstration you showed. They were the ones who were physically violent.
I don't think that's
yes,
true.
That's true.
I mean,
that was what was reported in the Washington Post. So,
whoa, the Washington
Post? Wait a minute. So it can't be true, right?
No, right.
So it can't be true.
Look, they're not in good shape right now.
The fact is that
the reports that we got,
the violence came from the anti-gay people.
No, that's not the reports that we got.
It's true.
The reports that we got were that the pro-marriage, traditional marriage people demonstrated first. This was a counter group. The group came in a very aggressive way, and most of the violence was between the group and the police.
The violence was started by the anti-gay people.
Okay, you're going to say that.
That's what happened.
Yeah, that's what you think happened.
That was what was reported.
Let's take a step back and look at the bigger picture. In this, look at the tactics that the far left has been using for decades. Quoted by Rahm Emanuel, Barack Obama's first chief of staff, never let a good crisis go to waste. Saul Alinsky, even if you have to manufacture the crisis. So whether it's the Vietnam War, whether it's the Iraq War, whether it's traditional values being under assault, the far left will come in, disrupt, cause this kind of action in order to get a breakdown of traditional values. Because you know what? All great powers, Bill, start their end, start their demise when the social values that bring everybody together, those shared values, start to deteriorate.
And let me say something about that.
And this republic will crumble when the social cohesion breaks down.
The left, you always say the far left as if there's no other kind of left. You always say that people like that represent everybody who's left of Attila the Hun. And the fact of the matter is, in the incidents you mentioned, Iraq War, Vietnam War, and gay marriage, the left is on the right side of history. Because eventually, there will be gay marriage in America.
That's your opinion, of course. But are their techniques correct? Topless nuns? I mean, is that right?
It's a goofy outfit. They're wearing goofy outfits. But it was the other side that was violent. And indeed, what happened in the United States is three states now have voted. The voters have decided they prefer gay marriage. This is a democratic process. That's now happening in the United States.
Yeah,
people are voting for it.
In some states they vote for it, in some states they don't.
So in this past election, for the first time,
you just said people are voting for it, and you know in North Carolina and other states have voted it down.
Right.
And California. But you don't mention that.
But this is because because history was made.
I'm trying to, now I'm going to scold you. You just told, number one, I don't think you're right about the violent protests.
Well, I stand by that.
All right, I know you do. And then you just told the Factor audience that in America, people are voting for this like everybody is online.
Because for the first time,
but you well know that in California and North Carolina, two most recent votes, it was voted down. And you don't say that. So how do you supposed to have any credibility?
You missed my point, which is that for the first time ever in this past election, 3 states voted. The voters decided they wanted. Now, conservatives say they want states' rights.
That's a legitimate point, but you come off as a propagandist.
No, I'm not. That's the truth.
That's how you
what
come
happened.
off.
That's what happened. And indeed, in other states like California, where you had people like the former Bush Solicitor General Ted Olson fighting for gay marriage.
Fine.
Okay, but wait a minute, guys. Listen,
Last
in
word.
America, we do have democratic process. We have ways where the people can speak. So it's to the states. If the people in certain states want to legalize gay marriage, they can. The bigger point here is
That's
that
not true.
the left doesn't wait for
No,
the
they
democratic
won't.
process.
But that's
They
not
come in
true.
and disrupt in order to tear down
said something
and
that-
accelerate the global socialist
Monica,
agenda, which is what this is all about.
You just said something that's flat out false. You said that if people don't want gay marriage, they can vote against it. They
Right.
have, and the court's overturned
The
it.
court, exactly.
They
But
don't
we
care what they
still have
say.
a process, and my point is that the
Yeah.
left goes around the process in order to tear it
All
down.
right. Supreme Court will decide gay marriage. You wait and see. Directly ahead, Bernie Goldberg on West.